It was a calm, clear eve in the late November, and the hills were flushed with the sunset red when I reined my horse in the clump of timber to gaze again in the old blade shed. A hush of sorrow, an air of mourning brooded over the quiet scene, but a plover uttered a cry of warning, and an ibis rose from the reed beds green. For 30 years had the sunsets mellowed on its roof of tin and its walls of wood. The rains had beaten and the winds had bellowed, but strong and sturdy the old shed stood. The bush around it had changed to meadows, and the wheat waved high where the sheep had fed, but the gums still whispered, and threw their shadows night and morn on the old blade shed. There is always something of sadness after, in viewing the scenes of our early years, and my mind went back to the years departed, to the warm spring days when the pens were full, when the bell was rung and the shearers started, and their blades bit deep in the soft white wool. And again I fancy I saw them bending with beaded brows while their breaths came deep, and I heard the click of the shear blades blending with a yell for tar and the bleat of sheep. I was only a lad, but I loved to linger and watch and listen, all eyes and ears, from the rouseabout to the bearded ringer. I knew them all in those far-off years, and they told me tales of the runs far distant, of the sprees they had and the lives they led. And my heart beat fast as I sat and listened years ago in the old blade shed. Now gone forever the old-time glories, the bleat of sheep and the click of shears, hushed and ended the wondrous stories that rang so sweet in my boyish ears. I always wanted to be a rover, the sky my roof and the earth my bed, but long ere the days of my youth were over, I bade goodbye to the old blade shed. The evening shadows were falling round me when I sighed and woke from my dream at last, for broken now were the bonds that bound me to this quiet scene in the years long past. The friends of my boyhood were gone forever, and the dreams that gladdened my youth were dead, and I turned my horse with a sudden shiver and rode away from the old blade shed.